Hi! Yes, guilty as charged. So, what I'm going to do today is just explain this red mark on my hand first of all. I've been leaning against my desk, so when I lean against the desk, that happens. What I'm going to do today is not much. Anyway, what we have here is this speaker. I showed this a few videos ago, and you have been trying to diagnose the issue. One person said that the magnet on this has misaligned itself, which I thought was quite funny. Some of you have been saying to recone this. A lot of you have said blow it up, which is quite easy to do. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play this clip. I didn't quite blow it up, but I'll show you what happened in the clip, and the rest of this video is linked in the description if you want to check it out. I basically excursion test all these 6x9s that I had, and one of them, the Sub-Zero I think it was, already had an issue with the cone. I think somebody thought that this was the one that had the cone misalignment issue, but it was a Sub-Zero. Anyway, what I'll do now is I'll play a clip of this video, and it is the part where I test this speaker out, and I think this is what caused the issue. So this was filmed in 2018, October of 2018, and now it's the turn of the Vibe 6x9s. Well, it kind of sounded a bit funny then. Try it again. Also not bad. They have got a bit smelly though. So what do you think? I think one person guessed it correctly. Now, it wasn't really a guessing game. I was just kind of wondering what to do with this speaker, and I thought I'd put that in the title of the video. So if I have overpowered this and the coil has sort of had a bit of a, what can I say, how can I call it? How you say, I think the coil might have just expanded, or, you know, sort of something like that. I'm not too sure what coils do down there, unless I take this out, I can't really see. Yeah, I think even one person was saying send it to Garrett Claridge, but I don't have his address, and I don't really think he's too bothered about receiving one of these speakers from moi. So Garrett, unfortunately you're not going to receive this. However, I do quite like your work. Good job. Now, what I'd like to do is take this apart so I can check it out. So in order to do that, what I've got to do is first disconnect these wires. I don't know why I connected these. So you see this right here, I've got to take this off. And then this label thing here, this is actually plastic, so I've got to take that off. And what I'll do is I'll use this and sort of run it around the edge. So if you're going to do this, you want to be careful, because you don't want a razor in your thumb. Seems to be stuck down quite well, which is not good news for me. Or my thumb. Alright, so let's see if we can take that off now. Alright, so now we've got a screw right there, so that's going to come out. And then that's these off. Now we'll be able to take a closer look at the center of the speaker. So I'll just leave this here and reposition the camera. Okay, so we are pretty much over the top of it. I'm not too sure if we can see anything. I mean, it's obviously touching from somewhere. So if the coil has sort of burnt and expanded or whatever it does, then it could have pushed this inwards. And that sort of makes sense, because when I look closely at this, I can see scrape marks. So yeah, anyway, the thing that's got the scrape marks on it is on the inside, and the coil is on the outside of that. So yeah, the only way to access or see the coil is to take this off. The only thing is, this is kind of difficult to move because there's not really that much room. But yeah, I don't exactly need these speakers for anything. I'm not trying to rescue them. Just thought I'd show you this because it's interesting. Maybe some of you find it interesting. So what I will do, I must make a decision in this video. I know what I'll do. I'm going to write something down on these post-it notes that came with some trainers I got in 2012 or 2011. And what I'll write down is blow it up, take it apart. Alright, so Pancake would usually do this part of the video right now, but she's not here, so what I'm going to do is do this myself. And I've mixed these up. I don't know what was written on what. I've had these in my hands for a while now, and I've literally forgotten what was written on what. Let's just go like this and choose one. Let's choose that one. So what was on this? take it apart. Alright, so that was not the result I was expecting, but I guess we've got to do it because them's are the rules. Alright, so first what I'll do is I'll play a bass note and onlinetonegenerator.com, 20 Hertz. So put the keyboard back and I'm going to need to hold this and then press play. Yep, this is the correct speaker, otherwise that would be quite embarrassing, wouldn't it? No, not really. I don't care about embarrassing myself, otherwise I wouldn't be making these videos, would I? Right, so what I'll do is I'll go around the surround with the razor and I will be back once most of this is taken off, or torn, or ripped, or sliced into with the razor, or destroyed, or in need of blowing up, or I could just stay here and talk bollocks, which I think I might do. By the way, there is a channel update that I've been meaning to tell you about, and that is to do with comments. Now, with all the things that YouTube's been recently going through, there's a couple of things that you need to know, or one in particular. If you're going to leave a comment with something you shouldn't really say, such as maybe, I don't know, swear words, which are okay to say, I don't really care, then that comment's going to be automatically held for review. So if you want to actually leave a comment, which stays on the channel in the comment section, don't swear, and it will remain there. So far so good, and I'm using my fingers, that's how much I've taken off. Hopefully none of the surround is peeling off, although something's peeling off, not too sure what it is. Maybe it was some sort of a gasket or something that was placed on here. Okay, so as I was talking, I kind of got to a bit of a tough spot and accidentally ripped it. Shouldn't be that much of a problem though, seeing as though the speaker's already busted. Okay, so this right here is the way I was doing this before I started using my fingers, and ripped it.
Like I do to Rafa's mom's underwear.
Also, I did mention a heat gun at one point, but I can't be bothered getting up, so, you know, that's going to stay what it is. So yeah, how's your day been? Has it been good? Great! Alright, so we're getting to a bit of a tough area right here. They must have used a lot of glue on this part. Plus, I can't really stick the razor in sideways as much over here. Okay, so I'd say we're about maybe 80% of the way through this now. All of this side is more or less off. There's just like a tiny bit that's keeping it on. But as you can see, most of it's coming off. Just a few spots here and there. So right now what's left is just this section there. I really thought I'd be blowing this speaker up. Either way, I don't think it's going to be used again, but it'll be good to know what was actually causing the issue. I mean, obviously something is touching. I'm pretty sure like the alignment of the cone is fine, because it was fine when I first tested it out. Or at least I think it was. Pretty sure it was. Okay, so I think this is all off now. So yeah, anyway, I get a lot of people coming to this channel and questioning the things that I do and talk about. They think that I'm serious all of the time, but I'm not. Say for example, what is this red thing called right here? I wonder what that is called. If you know what it's called, leave a comment down below. If I was to say that, they would think that I don't know what this is called. But in actual fact, I'm not serious about anything I do in videos, unless I say I am, which I don't. So my keyboard is falling. Okay, so I've got these tools right here that came with this cheap soldering iron that I got off of a website, which was it was a Chinese website, I think, something called Good Bang. Maybe don't visit that one. Bang Good. So what I'm going to do is probably use one of these. I was thinking maybe that one, this one, and I've been using this one right here. So it's kind of like a screwdriver, only it's more wedged on the end. And basically what I've been doing is doing this. Can't quite do it because of the camera. So I'm going to turn the camera off. Okay, well I've just torn that. Went a bit too rough on it. Not like it really matters. I mean, it started off fairly well, but then came the tearing. Let's take a closer look at the coil. And around here somewhere you can see some scratch marks. Right around here somewhere. As well as some on the inside. And then right here where the coil goes, can you see these two little bits that seem to be sticking out? There's one there, and then there's one over here. Let's see if there's any more. And oh, wait a second. Don't know why I left these on. Alright, so there's that one there, and then the other one's there. And the rest of it seems to be nice and smooth, more or less. So that would go on like that. Yeah, there's sort of scratch marks right there. And that is where the bigger one would line up. The rest of the scratch marks are on the opposite side. Oh yeah, to the people that were saying the basket may be buckled, it seems as though it's alright. It's not uneven or anything. But yeah, I think this commenter right here is pretty close with what he said about what he thinks the issue is. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but if you look at the reflections on the coil, on the thing that's around the coil, this plastic area, you can see it's warped as the reflections are spread sort of unevenly. And that is where the scratch marks are on that side. And on this side, I think it's about the same. It's hard to tell through the camera, but when you look down it like this, you can tell it's warped. Just got to focus the camera and then you should be able to maybe tell, I'm not too sure. I mean, you can see this part here where it's scratched there. And the same on that side there where that scratches. But yeah, looks like I gave it too much power then. I was going to blow it out first, but changed my mind because I chose the wrong paper. Not like I knew which one I was going to choose, but yeah. Maybe I'll just blow the other speaker at some point. Anyway, that's all for now. Just wanted to give this a quick tear down, and tear I did. So, I'll see you in the next one. I've never seen you.